What's up, Jaguars? Ralph Jaguar is here doing the review of Catfish, the second season. That's right. The MTV documentary show that has swept the whole effing country is back with a second season. And it's already begun. Oh yeah. Last Tuesday was the first episode. And without further ado, I just want to go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so let's do it. Question: who in the world in their right mind gets engaged over the internet to someone that they have never met before? OMG. Oh man, that is really something. Alright, in the first episode, the story is about Cassie and Steve. In my opinion, I think the episode should have been about Cassie and Steven, because the supposed guy, on here, real name is Steven. But for some odd reason that I can't figure out, they're naming this episode, Cassie and Steve. So what the F is up with that? It's beyond me. And I will have to say that, I did some digging here, and at the end of the first season, Neve received close to, or probably over 10,000 emails from people who are in online relationships, and they want Neve to help them out. That's right. They want Neve and Max to do their, investigating thing. Do the digging, find out if the person on the other end is who they say they are, and of course possibly try to arrange a meet. So basically what we have here is Neve and Max, our online PI team here. That's a pretty good name for them, don't you think? Neve and Max, the online PI team. Whenever someone is in an online relationship and you want to see if the other person is real, and you want to meet them face to face or both, go ahead and call on these guys right here, Neve and Max. They'll jump on their computer laptop, do their thing, and try to find out the info for you. Hell, not even try, because they always do it. So right here, Neve is receiving his, so what the F do we call this, his first case for the second season. Right here, Neve is receiving an email from Cassie. She wants to finally meet her fiance that she's never met before. That's right. She wants to meet her fiance that she's never met before, Steven. Oh boy. And the same question that Max posed, I'm posing this question too. Who the F in their right mind gets engaged over the internet to some guy that you've never met before? She's never met this guy before, but she is engaged to him. Cassie asked Steven to marry her, but she's never met him in person before. They've talked on the phone, they've texted each other, and they've talked on the computer on chat. I mean, the whole relation. She's known this guy Max for, no, yeah, Cassie has known and loved Steven for over 2.5 years. Okay. Now you've known him for 2.5 years. Okay, that's reason enough to propose to someone. But you gotta meet him in person first, for God's sake. Oh boy. And Neve on the other hand, is not shocked by this. He doesn't find, that disturbing that, that Cassie is engaged to Steven, even though without meeting him in person. And I gotta say, I'm not really surprised by that, because Neve has been in an online relationship himself. And, so I guess he can relate to this. Well, of course he can relate to this. Being in a situation like this himself is what got him this job. Yeah, got him this real good job, MTV's paying for all of this. And it's no wonder why Neve and Max, do such a good job with this. Oh, by the way, did I mention that MTV is flipping the bill for all of this? It's true, they are. But anyway, back to the situation. By the way, here's Cassie, Here's Max, and there's Neve, of course. I told you that already. They're meeting the rest of the MTV film crew. And there's Cassie right there. Now right here, Neve and Max, are talking with Cassie, and they're talking about Steven, okay? Now here's the situation. Now this is Cassie's story, okay? Many years ago, well actually not that many years ago, roughly 2010, her dad passed away, okay? He was killed, while he was in Haiti. And that right there really, really devastated Cassie. And, she was really going downhill. And Cassie told her story that, yeah, her life was really falling apart. She was really going downhill. She was having sex a lot with random guys. And she was drinking a lot. Just basically wilding out. Her friends tried talking to her, so did her other family members, but it didn't work. The only thing that basically saved Cassie's life was meeting Steven online, okay, on Facebook. And that is what got her to stop doing all of this stuff. So basically what Cassie is saying that Steven saved Cassie's life. I'll have to admit, Jaguars, that is some real deep stuff. Oh yeah, some real deep stuff. So what happened? So after Cassie met Steven, the relationship really got intense. Even though they never met in person, they talked a lot on the phone, okay? And on a computer, and only through texts. And Cassie also admitted that, she had a lots and lots of phone sex with Steven. That's right, you heard me right, Jaguars. Cassie told everyone live on national TV that Cassie has had lots and lots of phone sex with Steven. OMG. Damn. Oh my God. If you have, okay, I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of, blowing my mind there. But if you're having, phone sex with somebody, I don't know if you really want to admit to that on national TV. I mean, because I mentioned before that this show right here is a great phenomenon, and it's really sweeping the country, and almost the whole freaking effing planet is watching this, and we're admitting on national TV that we had phone sex. On top of the fact that Cassie has already asked Steven to marry her, and by the way, Steven did say yes. Oh boy. But you know what? The more I think about this, and I think about all that Cassie has been through, you know, especially with the passing away of her dad, because, you know, many years ago I lost my dad too, and the way her life was going, and then, you know, Steven coming in and saving her. I can understand why, you know, Cassie would want to, you know, marry, you know, Steven, which is pretty normal. I understand that. But you want to walk down the aisle of a guy that you've never met face to face before. Yeah, that's kind of odd, Jaguars. That right there is kind of odd. Okay, well, let's go ahead and finally meet this Steven guy, because that's what Neve wanted to do. Because this must be some guy, you know. Yeah, here he is. Here is Steven. You know, that is Cassie's fiance that she's never met before. Okay, well, I'm not that impressed. Jeez. I mean, what do you expect? I'm a guy, okay? He don't look that good. In fact, I don't think he looked good at all. What? Jeez. And this is what whenever they talked on chat, this is what Cassie has been typing to, you know, Steven. Yeah, that's their conversation on chat. Okay. And here's another look of Steven right here. And by the way, you know, Steven sent Cassie 6 pictures of him. Jeez. So, based on the information that Cassie has given to us, Cassie has given to Neve and Max, you know, they're going to do their thing. That's right, their PI investigating thing, and see if, you know, Steven is who he says he is, and also possibly, you know, arrange a meeting. A little more on Steven, okay? Steven has told Cassie that, first of all, Cassie works at a radio station, and Steven is an aspiring hip-hop rapper. I mean, Steven spends lots of time in the studio producing songs, recording albums, okay? And by now, he is supposedly supposed to have lots of songs on the internet. And right here, this is what Neve and Max are looking for. So they're trying to look him up on Google. And Steven also goes by the name of Eskilla. 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 Not S-Killer, but Eskilla. Wow. Goddamn. I kind of like that name, Eskilla. Okay. No. The reason why I'm kind of chuckling here is because, I've grew up, listening to hip-hop. Okay. Yeah, lots of hip-hop rap songs and gangster songs and, and I've heard lots of, hardcore names and, and I guess that's a pretty good name, S-Killer, But anyways, Neve and Max, they looked up Steven on Google. Problem is, they didn't find any of Steven's songs or S-Killer's songs. I mean, they looked for hours. But Neve and Max didn't find anything. But here's the kicker. Time for the image search. And die-hard fans of Catfish, you know that Neve and Max are real good on image search, right? That's right. After doing image search, Neve and Max found this. It is the official fan page of Diony Arnaz. So the images that Steven has been using really belongs to this guy. That's right. That's right. Steven has been using images that belong to this guy. And they also found this, see? Lots more images. So you know what that means, guys. This right here is a huge, gigantic red flag. Oh yeah. Or should I say, oh no. So now would come the hard part, because now Neve has to go to Cassie and tell her what he found. Damn, that's gonna be hard. And by the way, right here, this is a picture of Neve, Cassie, and Gladys. They're in some kind of beauty place, getting their nails done and that stuff that rich people do, I guess. Yeah, getting their nails done or whatever. And this right here is Gladys. That is Cassie's best friend. Cassie's BFF. They really grew up together. And I gotta tell you right here, the official opinion of Gladys is that she does not agree with, Cassie proposing to Steven. Simply because she has not met Steven before. But she does agree that Steven is a good guy and that Steven is the one that was able to get Cassie out of her funk. Okay, and then they went to another place, and now Neve is telling Cassie what he and Max found. And oh boy, Cassie is not happy at all. I'm telling you. The girl is pissed. Pissed to the max. No pun intended, of course. And now Cassie has emailed the song to Neve, okay? And the song that Cassie emailed to Neve is a song that was given to her by Steven. And guess what, Jaguars? This song right here that Steven gave to Cassie, Neve and Max were able to trace the song back to this guy, Tony, on YouTube. God damn. Now Neve went to Cassie, told her about this, and guess what? Cassie knows who Tony is. Tony is Gladys's cousin, living in the same house with Gladys. That's right, the girl is pissed because the guy in the YouTube video, Tony, Tony being Steven, that is Gladys's cousin. Hot damn. And here's where it gets worse. The confrontation. When Cassie confronts Gladys about what Tony has been doing, it pops off. Gladys confesses that she is really Steven. That's right, Gladys is the one that created Steven. And Steven is the voice whenever Cassie spoke to Steven on the phone. Oh my God. God damn, can you believe that? Gladys is the one that created Steven in the first place. Steven is a fake. Damn. And of course, you guessed it, Cassie is really pissed off. Pissed off to the effing max, and rightfully so. Oh my God. When I first saw this episode, I just could not believe it. Aw, damn. Yeah, Cassie is devastated. Devastated to the effing max. That's right. So, just to bottom line it for everybody, here it is. Cassie orchestrated this whole effing plot to quote unquote help Cassie. Wait a minute. There's a typo here. I'm sorry, guys. There's a typo here. Gladys is the one that orchestrated this whole plot to quote unquote help Cassie. She asked Tony to take part in this too. Yeah, Gladys, she created, Steven to get Cassie, out of her funk, to get her to stop drinking and doing all that bad stuff, after her dad had passed away and all that. This was the wrong way to do it, Jaguars. Gladys is wrong for doing that. And also, I apologize for this typo here. Damn. And here he is, guys. The man of the hour. Tony, Gladys's cousin. The jig is up guy. Hot damn. You see, Tony was the voice on the phone whenever Cassie talked to and had phone sex with Steven. They shared a whole lot of personal and deep stuff. The stuff that they did, all of the SHIT that they did was really deep stuff. And let's keep in mind that not only did Cassie also had phone sex with quote unquote Steven, and she also proposed to Steven, But this whole time, for 2.5 years, it really was Tony. This whole effing thing was a sham, a hoax, a whole effing, a hoax and a scam all put into one. OMG. This is not right at all. That's right. Tony was the voice on the phone whenever Cassie talked to, Steven. I know I'm really sounding repetitious here, but please bear with me, because even I am having a hard time dealing with this whole effing situation. I mean, even I am shocked by all of this, because I saw this episode of Catfish, a whole lot of times now, and I'm still having a hard time letting this sink in. This right here is really, really shocking, Jaguars. I mean, even Neve and Max didn't know that this was going to happen. I mean, they're shocked too. Oh, damn. But Tony, I can tell you one thing. Tony really does feel bad about this, taking part in all of this, because I mean, I guess Tony, he really is guilty. I mean, yeah, he is guilty, but not as guilty as Gladys is, because this whole thing was all Gladys's idea, making up, this Steven character in order to, quote unquote, save, Cassie, from herself. And I can understand someone wanting to do that, but this was definitely the wrong way to do it. And Tony does feel bad about it. And Gladys does too. Damn. Okay. We had to give it, 24 hours later for it all to sink in. Oh, what the heck. It still hasn't sunk in for me. Jeez. We could have waited a whole week and this thing still would have been, intense. But anyway, Neve and Max, they met and talked to Gladys 24 hours later for us to try to get a gauge on everything. And Gladys, she did give her side of the story. She said that the reason why she did this, it was in order to save Cassie. Because after Cassie's dad had passed away, I already told you guys the whole story. She was drinking a lot, partying a lot, having sex a lot with random guys, and in fact, Cassie almost lost her, her GED, and she almost lost her scholarship. And Gladys didn't like this, and Gladys says that they tried everything, talking to her mom about it, and also trying to do the whole intervention thing, but nothing worked. The only thing that worked was creating this Steven guy. Yeah, creating, quote unquote Steven in order to save Cassie's life, to basically give her a guy. Okay, so that's why Gladys did this. Now Cassie and Gladys, they talked about this, and Cassie, she is real pissed off about this. Oh yeah, she is still mad. And as you can see here, Cassie forgives, but she sure as heck is not going to forget about this. Alright. Job well done, Neve. And Max too. So it looks like we get a happy ending after all. I mean, the friendship of Cassie and Gladys is well, the friendship is still there, but it's gonna take some work, I guess. I mean, she is mad, but Cassie does not hate, Gladys, because in a strange way, yeah, Stephen did save, Cassie's life. So it looks like we get a happy ending after all. How nice. And they ride off into the sunset. Oh yeah. And you can tell that it's a sunset too. I mean, you see all the palm trees and, it's getting kind of dark here. I don't know, y'all. I mean, I'd like to think that this is a realistic ending, Well, I'll be. Damn. That's all I can say. Because I've seen this episode of Catfish, the second season, a few times now. And that's all I can think is, damn, my head is still spinning. And that is quite an interesting way to start off the second season. That is definitely a shocking ending. Oh yeah, very shocking. I mean, I almost don't know what to really think about this. I do feel sorry for Cassie. I know that she's been through a lot these past few years. And Gladys really wanted to help her out. But god damn it, this was the wrong way to do it. The very wrong way to do it. I mean, this whole elaborate scheme, this sham, this scam, this hoax. I mean, there's a lot of things we can call this. But the one thing that you definitely have to call this is wrong. Yeah, I know that Cassie was trying to help, yeah, she was trying to help her friend. Gladys wanted to get Cassie out of that funk. But this was definitely the wrong way to do it. I mean, creating this Stephen guy. I mean, using another guy's picture, and then getting her cousin to play, Stephen's voice. And another thing, Cassie has known about Tony for a while. So whenever Tony was on the phone with Cassie, Tony must have been disguising his voice somehow. I don't know, maybe putting like a paper towel over the phone, or maybe try to deepen his voice or something. But goddamn, this was really something. This is a real orchestrated plot. I mean, going through all this. And this is what Neve has been saying all along, I mean, trying to be in an online relationship and then having phone sex with the person, and then having a cyber sex with the person, and then to kick it all off, putting that icing on the cake by proposing to the person online. You've never met this guy before, and you're gonna ask him to marry you. OMG. My God, what is this universe coming to? There's a lot of people out there that really feel like online relationships is not a real good idea. And after seeing this episode, seeing what went down between Cassie and Gladys and this whole effing thing, maybe it's not a good idea to be in an online relationship. Because as I'm doing this review right here, and I'm and I'm running my mouth about this. I can barely put words together to try to, you know, tell you how I feel about this whole effed up effing situation. But anyways, I will have to say, you know, as I critique this episode of you know, Catfish, you know, the story of Cassie and Steve, I will have to say it's a very good story, you know, very entertaining. Because I'll tell you one thing for sure, I'm probably gonna be addicted to this, you know, wanting to watch this episode over and over again, and reviewing this episode, you know, trying to put together the material to present them here wasn't all easy, but I had a heck of a time, you know, doing it. I mean, this episode of Catfish, the second season, no doubt about it, so mother effing epic. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is an epic episode, and it is an epic way to start off the second season. I mean, what better way to start off a season with a shocking ending? Come on, you can't get no better than that, and you know this. But yeah, this is some real entertaining stuff. Ah, damn. Because I've seen this episode quite a few times, and you know, my head is still spinning, okay? Yeah, this is really something. So that's it for now, and all I can say is stay tuned for the next episode of Catfish, the TV show, the second season, and it comes on MTV at 10/9 Central. And then after that, I will do the very best I can to follow up with the review of the episodes. I'm out for now.